this is my self-presentation speech, and here's my audience. My speech is going to be about the 3 beliefs and values I hold that have helped shape who I am today. Okay, so to start us off, I have a quote by Albert Einstein, and it says, "Try not to become a man of success, rather become a man of value." And here are my sources. Okay, the 3 beliefs and values I chose were my belief that God has a purpose for our lives, the value of music, and the value of always being kind to others. Okay, and then I have a Bible verse that says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans of welfare and not for evil, to give you a future and hope." And that's Jeremiah 29:11. So it's hard for people to, it's hard to prove that God really has a plan for our lives. And so one chart I found that was really cool was that 78.4% of the U.S. population are all Christians, or said they were. And so what that really says is that they are pretty much putting their faith in Jesus and believing that He has a plan for each and every one of our lives, which was really cool to me. And now I'm going to share an experience I had when God showed me His purpose for my life. So at the beginning of this year, I planned on going to Glen College for 2 years and then transferring to A&M and getting a degree in business. Well, over this Christmas break, I got involved in the worship team at my church, or I got back involved, and he was really just showing me the passion I had for leading worship and for music. And so what he really showed me is that I should be pursuing music, and so now I'm kind of putting my life in his control and letting him kind of like show me what I need to do and where I need to go and what I should do and how I should use my talent to glorify him. And I don't know, it's really cool. So next I have a quote by Sarah Dessen that says, "Music is the great uniter, an incredible force, something that people who differ on everything and anything else can have in common." And people also don't really understand the value music has. It's not only interesting, but it can also help educationally. And here's a few quotes I found. This says, "Schools with music programs have an estimated 90.2% graduation rate and 93.9% attendance rate compared to schools without music education, which average 72.9% graduation rate and 84.9% attendance rate." So it was cool to know that music isn't only interesting, but it also helps educationally. One thing about me is I've grown up basically around music all the time. Throughout elementary, I was in talent shows and all through junior high and all through high school, and I actually even ended up teaching myself guitar my sophomore year of high school, which I'm still learning new things on the guitar every day. But I was also involved in choir every year, and I was involved in swing choir, which really helped me better my stage presence, which it was kind of like a show choir where we did modern day music, and it really helped with me performing on stage and learning to getting more comfortable in being in front of an audience. So yeah, that's really cool. One person who has influenced me musically is Taylor Swift, because in the beginning, she would upload videos of her singing onto MySpace, and she would really just get hateful comments, and people wouldn't believe she would go anywhere. And it's just funny because she always had that faith in music that she would become famous, and she would produce music. And so it was really cool that she really believed in herself and that music had such a good impact on her that she actually achieved what she was going for. And a cool quote by her I have is, "People haven't always been there for me, but music always has." Okay, and then lastly I have a quote by Confucius, and it says, "Act with kindness, but do not expect gratitude." Kindness has always been important to me, being kind to others, even when they aren't kind to you. And personally, I just feel like when people aren't kind to you, treating them with unkindness back isn't right. I don't know, it always leaves me feeling guilty. But when people are nice to me, even though I might not be nice to them, I don't know, it makes me feel good, and it makes me realize what the value of kindness really has. So one thing I wanted to share was this challenge, and it was called the 26 Days of Acts of Kindness Challenge. And it kind of showed, like, it was kind of just like daring us to do something kind for others, even though, like, and not expecting anything in return. So what I did was, this was my senior year of high school, I brought my first period class a Chick-fil-A chicken menu platter, just because, and so yeah, I just brought them breakfast, and I like let them know like about the challenge and stuff, so they got to hear about like why I was doing it and how I value kindness, and it was really cool. So yeah, and I will continue to show acts of kindness to others, just because it's valuable. So in conclusion, the belief that God has a purpose for our life, the value of music, and the value of kindness all have and will continue to impact the person I am today. And then a quote to close us out is by Kalu, and it says, "The things you do for yourself are gone, but when you are gone, or the things you do for yourself are gone when you are gone,